Not everything around us is funny or is entertaining. Some of the things happening around amounts to be creepy, scary, shocking, or even unapologetically disturbing. And in most of the cases, nobody cares to justify what is actually happening, or nobody listens. For many people, they wish that if somebody had listened to them, this wouldn't have happened to anyone. So here, we have the 7 most disturbing footages which are caught on the police dashcams. Police officers are always on the sharp end of something creepy or disturbing all the time with the most terrifying things. They even put their life in danger to keep the people safe from all of these events. With the advancements in technology, these days we are able to see what is happening in their daily life from the dashcams and all. Kindly note that if you come across or had experienced any of these, let us know in the comments below. On number 1, wrong way driver. So this happened on the 27th of July, 2018. In the early morning, Wyoming police got multiple calls regarding a vehicle. The car had a reckless driver who took the wrong turn way on the highway. He was having high speed and had no intention to slow down. Officers Rob Meredith and Chris DeBoer were the nearest and the first one on the scene. They were the ones who had to stop the car. For the same, they decided to keep their own car as a makeshift barricade. This idea was to create footage of how the other car was in speed through their dashcam. With the preparation from the available resources, the police officers waited until you could see the spark of the car approaching the corner. The driver had literally no intention to slow down, and with a great force, he came in with a bang hit the police cruiser. The quick reaction of the officer Chris ensured that there was no severe accident. It was only due to his action that there was no head-on collision. The wrong way stopped the car, and within time, he was taken to the hospital. And he was charged with his 3rd offense of operating a vehicle while intoxicated. And about the officers, it was their lucky day, as they escaped from the huge accident with minor injuries. On number 2, trunk case. During the month of August 2012, an officer from Louisville Metropolis Department pulled over a Honda Accord as the car was looking suspicious as the car's number plate was expired. And as you look into the car, it had 3 people inside who were having an anxious as well as a nervous look. The officer did get the vibe that something was absolutely wrong there. As he was questioning them, he heard the sound kicking and yelling from the trunk of the car. In fact, as he heard the sound, he immediately called for backup and forcefully detained the 3 people. While in the trunk, the officer found a man whose hands were tied from behind and a towel was tied around his head. It turned out that the guy in the trunk was the original owner of the car. He was working with the clothing shift at the gas station. He was walking towards his car, and at the time, he was kidnapped along with it, leaving no traces to be exact. So what they actually thought to do is still unknown, and fortunately, it was the opposite of what the 3 of them thought. They were later identified as Trent, 27 years of age, Joseph Davis, 27 years old, and finally Brittany Elder, 28 years old. In the end, they were punished for every wrong the 3 did. See, it's all about how a single element created a clueless case to the end, all because of how they were captured. On number 3, a plane crash. Ever happen to be flying in a plane, or have to ever come across a plane malfunction which would end in taking lives? It was in 2017, November the 19th. Police officers within their cruisers were answering to the Cole's traffic stop in the North Korean way. While they were going on their rampage, they found out about a small plane flying straight towards them. As you may see, the plane came closer and it quickly became clear that the plane was going straight at them. While the plane's right wing clung onto a branch and it caused the aircraft to spin out or to fly, forcing it to land. Just a few moments before, another 4-seater plane was taken off without issue, and the same was driven by 61 years old. Shortly after the incident, the engine had fire, which didn't cause any serious injury, and no one on the ground was injured as well. On number 4, a missing child. So this was in the month of January 2016. The police of Lincoln released footage from the dashcam. To be exact, it was done by Jeremy Godany. He was doing his patrol, and then he noticed something was running towards him. As they came closer, an infant was there, and he was the one who ran towards him in the middle of the night. Without any further thoughts, he let him in. As he moved closer, he took the child and inquired about his parents. Luckily, he understood and helped him get back home. Shortly after he got the number, it was able to find his parents. The parents reached in no time. After talking with the parents, it was realized the child had actually slipped out of their hands. And naturally, the case was being investigated on the basis of child neglect, but in the end, that was not necessary. On number 5, pileup. The particular scenario happened and the footage was taken on February 18, 2022 in Shawnee, Wisconsin. The dashcam video is from Officer Jeff Buettner's cruiser. So on this day as usual, Jeff was doing his highway patrolling until he saw something unusual. There was a pile of vehicles right in front of him. Before he could act the necessary or to slow down, the cruiser went right at the vehicle and the cars behind him started to crash and slam at his cruiser. For about 6 minutes, Jeff was stuck in his car. His friends and colleagues tried to save him from his cruiser, and in the end, he somehow was able to free himself. Later, he started to help the other stranded drivers. You wouldn't believe this. There were a total of 39 vehicles involved in this pileup, resulting in 10 people having been injured. See, for some reason, this video was not included in this creepy session. But from the way it happened, people think it should be included. What do you think about that? What is your opinion on this? On number 6, when self-driving gone wrong. Elon Musk has always projected on how safe it is to travel in a Tesla other than any other vehicle. For him, he would always say that Tesla concentrates on the safety of the passengers and the safety is topped in both US and Europe. And for the known reason, Tesla is considered to be the safest car on the road. So this one footage was shot in August 2022, while 2 of the North Carolina officers were doing their patrolling. They came across a wreck scene, so they pulled over and assisted the scene. What actually happened was the driver put the car in autopilot mode and settled down to watch a movie. This ended up in a situation where the driver didn't even take a look at the traffic signals and got hit. The driver was initially charged with not moving over an emergency vehicle and distracted driving, but later those charges were dropped as there was no use in doing the same since the autopilot mode in Tesla requires active driver supervision and they aren't designed to make the car autonomous. On number 7, ride before death. This happened on February 15, 2022. What happened here was the state trooper Travis Hunt pulled over a speeding car on I-25 Adams in County, Colorado. The footage was from his dashcam, and you may find this video showing Travis walking over to the driver's side window, speaking to the motorist. He was kinda asking the man for his ID and details, and just after the same thing, this is what happened. A car got into high speed and eventually ended up getting hit. This hit also affected Travis, and he called for more help. The driver was a lady, and she was charged with careless driving with overspeed. Travis sustained minor injuries, and miraculously, no one from both the vehicles had sustained any serious injuries. Coming across all these videos, it is understood how dangerous life of a policeman is, and how dedicated he is when he is needed. Even when they get injured, they still manage to help the others. This video should speak as an appreciation to them. For most of you, this would be easy to handle, but it's not the same for all. All you have to say is to keep yourself from everything and to lead a proper life. If you like this video, comment and let us know. Hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to this channel.